seconds. Good afternoon. Welcome back to episode 6 of Diamond Dysfunction. The Padres are coming off one of the biggest, hottest stretches in all of baseball. The Braves are taking control of the NL East. The Red Sox are kind of stuck in mid. The Yankees, one day they're chaotic, one day they're looking like a contender. And the Mets have just lost 10 straight in a row. Kicking off today with the Padres in their hot streak. They came down to a reality check. They lost to the Angels, but they did go on an 8-game winning streak, and at one point did win 11 of their last 12 games. They did just get shut out 8-0 to the Los Angeles Angels, ending that streak. I don't know about you boys, but they came back multiple times, multiple runs in the ninth inning, and they just looked really well this last week. Karen, this was your topic.
You said the Braves or the Padres? I'm sorry.
Padres.
Yeah. Listen, man. They're 9-1 in their last 10. It is really such a shame that they're sharing a division with the Dodgers, because it's pretty clear they're two of the best teams in the National League. Again, I know we're only about 20 games in, but it's for me right now, the Braves, the Dodgers, and the Padres. They're kind of like that 1, 2, and 3. We're going to talk about the Braves too, obviously. In the National League right now. You got guys like Jackson Merrill, obviously. We're going to talk about him and that incredible walk-off that he had. And, I mean, the lineup, it's not even producing right now. It's kind of the scary thing. I think their team OPS I saw was below 700. It's like 690. Like, guys like Merrill still aren't getting going. Tatis isn't really doing anything crazy. So, with the lineup really not doing anything and still not producing and them still looking this good, it's a pretty good sight for them so far. Pretty good sign for them as a team, I feel.
For sure. I mean, Jackson Merrill had the walk-off double. He robbed a home run in that game. You also got Xander Bogaerts, Michael King, Mason Miller's on a historic shutdown right now as a closer. He is
unbelievable.
Mike sent
he's absurd.
He's been like 30 scoreless innings so far this season or something like that.
It's like more. It's more like strikeouts than balls or something. Yes. He's thrown this year, or was. I don't think it's true anymore. But like it was. He is. My thing with that, I remember when they traded for him, and it was like, well, you're giving up all that for a reliever. The Padres didn't give up enough. They didn't give up enough.
No, they did not.
You basically have an automatic 0 in the ninth inning. And like coming from a guy who just had Edwin Diaz, like having an automatic 0 in the ninth inning, it's insane. It's how I watch the Mets now. When they're down after 8 innings, computer is closed, the TV is off, and we're going to bed for the night because they haven't come back. They are the offensive version of Mason Miller, but this isn't about the Mets. He is unbelievable, and his stuff is just absolutely absurd. Duh.
I know Mike's a big Mason Miller fan. He was sending us some stats all week long. The Padres did go on a heater, and if you look at the standings, sitting at the top of the National League is the Los Angeles Dodgers at 15-5. Behind them is the Atlanta Braves at 14-7. Tied with them is the San Diego Padres at 14-7. So they are keeping pace with the Los Angeles Dodgers. And as we were on the screen, in the American League, the Tampa Bay Rays sit atop of the league, 12-8. The New York Yankees are right behind them at 12-9. The Guardians at 12-10. And you got the Boston Red Sox at 8-12, with a lot of other good teams around that pace. You had the Blue Jays 7-13, Mariners 9-13. So the AL not off to as hot as a start as the National League, but the Padres are a big topic in the league this week as they keep winning and keeping pace with the Dodgers.
Who could have seen that coming with the Rays? Oh wait, we all said it when none of us talked about, and we talked about every other team in the American League East, and we're like, but you know what? We're going to turn our heads, and the Rays are going to be sitting atop that division, and here we are again, April. But even this year, they're 12-8. Like they're playing 600 baseball. They're playing pretty well.
The Padres, I mean, they have a tough.
They haven't
division.
really played anyone. By the way,
the Rays?
No, the Padres.
No, have you looked?
Have they? I haven't taken a look in their schedule. Oh, the Mets are winning.
They got the Tigers at home to start the year. Then they had the Giants at home. Then they played the Red Sox on the road. Then they played the Pirates on the road.
The Pirates
then
are
they
good.
played the Rockies at home. Then they played the Mariners at home, and they're now in Los Angeles facing the Angels.
The Angels beat them too.
Angels have been good to start the year, but I just don't think that team's that talented. I think they're overachieving at this point.
They do this every
Well, the Padres
year.
have always been a team where they have the star power. It's just they never make that long run. I mean, you got people like Xander, Jackson Merrill, Fernando. They have a good team, and they definitely have the pieces to do it. they were a big piece of the headlines this week, going on that 8-game winning streak. Staying in the National League, you have the Braves taking control of the NL East. Now let's talk about a team that's not getting too much of attention because they went through so many injuries to go into the season. A lot of people wrote them off, but they've now won back-to-back games against the Philadelphia Phillies. They're sitting 13-7 or 14-7 at top of the National League East. They went up 6-5 and now followed up with a dominant 9-0 win against the Phillies. Austin Riley, Martin Perez, Dominic Smith. I mean, this team right now is clicking in all cylinders.
The rotation looks unbelievable. And Evan, before you hopped on, I was talking with Dan about this. The Braves have two very new things about them. I haven't looked at one of the stats, so I apologize about that. But I know one of the positions that they got a new one of was a pitching coach.
Oh, did they?
Who is the pitching coach that is on the Braves?
I'm assuming
it'd be Jeremy Hefner. It'd be Jeremy Hefner. That's the guy the Mets fired.
Is it really?
The guy the Mets fired. The Braves have, I believe, the best ERA. And I'm not sure in all of baseball, but I'm pretty sure in the National League, their rotation up and down. These guys are pitching to like a 0, 1, and 2 ERA. It's absurd. And that's what Hefner does, man. That's what he did here with the Mets for forever. Why they decided to let him go, I have no idea. They also have a new first base coach. That was the Mets' old first base coach when the Mets were one of the best historic teams ever at stealing bases last year. Decided to let him go. He's on the Braves now too. Acuna's going to have a bunch of steals this year. He has 4 already. That will continue to uptick the healthier he gets and the longer he's around. But I mean, listen. Baldwin looks like a stud behind the plate. Obviously, Acuna. Olsen looks like he's back to normal form. Austin Riley, you mentioned him. Dubon. The Braves get these middle infielders all the time, and they just who are nothings for their career and turn them into somethings. Dubon is going to be another one of those guys. Yastrzemski, Michael Harris, Dom Smith, another former Met, seems to be doing something over there with the Red Sox
and Yankee.
He does this every year too, though.
Every year
he does. He is the only one that I'm like not. I don't want to say coping, but like he falls off every year.
There will be regression for sure.
Yep. But no, I mean, listen, their pitching is legit. It is going to remain legit. And the lineup, we've seen it in the past. It is without a doubt good enough to hold up for that. They're already up 5 games in the NL East. The Mets are 7 back of them. And the Phillies, who are they're just as big of a mess as the Mets. They're like 6 games back. So the Braves are completely taking advantage of everything going on in the division right now. And it's the exact opposite of what happened to them last year. Last year, they got off to such a bad and slow start that even with their good finish to end the year, they were really not competitive in the playoff race. They completely flipped that script around this year, made some great hires in the offseason, clearly picked up some great additions roster-wise, and with the state of the Mets, Phillies, and the Marlins and Nationals being what they are, it would not surprise me if they just run away with this.
I mean, right now, this is a team where Acuna's not fully clicking. Some of their offensive stats as a team, some of their leaders are batting average, Baldwin at 318, Matt Olson, home runs, he's got 5. Baldwin is leading in RBIs with 19.
He's absolutely raking.
OBP, Matt Olson, 394, and hits 28, going back straight to Baldwin. That catcher's been an absolute stud for them to start the season.
He's great too, yeah.
Chris Sale has 4 wins. Is that wins already? Yeah, 4 wins.
He's incredible, yeah.
Elder is their leading ERA.
Yep. Yeah, Elder's got a 0.77 ERA. 0.77.
Insane. Chris Sale is leading the team with strikeouts, 29. They have Iglesias with 4 saves. Lee with holds. They they got Suarez from the Padres, so he's their setup, man. This team right now is rolling. They look like they figured it out, and they're gonna challenge the NL East. A lot of people didn't have them in the conversation to start off the year.
No, all year it was the Mets, the Braves, and the Phillies. Everyone was like, it's gonna come down to those 3 teams, and the odds kind of reflected that. For some reason, the Mets were the odds-on favorite, which was wrong. The Braves are without a doubt the best. If you combine the coaching, the roster, the way the Braves are without a doubt the best, and the Mets and the Phillies are off to just horrendous starts. I'm a firm believer in the saying of you cannot win the World Series in April. You can't make the playoffs in April. You can certainly miss the playoffs in April, though. You can cost your team the season in April. The Braves did it last year, and the Mets are in the process of currently doing it right now.
Well, this is a team that has not been fully healthy the last couple of years. I know, like Mike mentioned, Ronald Acuna, he's finally healthy for the first time in a couple seasons. They did lose a couple of their big pitchers. Dan, I know you mentioned a couple weeks ago, because I think you drafted him, Schwallenbach.
Schwellenbach.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Schwellenbach is very good. He's been good for a while.
I don't know
He
how
should
long
be back
he's going to
mid-season.
Mid-season, okay.
Yeah,
Strider's
after the
not
All-Star
looking
break.
too good. I mean, they're still just finding ways to win. I don't know about you.
They're killing teams.
Yeah,
they're killing
teams. Yeah,
Plus 55 run differential. They're
They have
smoking
Chris
everyone.
Sale, who they got for the lowly price of Vaughn Grissom.
So pathetic.
Mike, Dan, how do you feel about that?
Awful, dude.
Another cheap move by the organization.
Unbelievable. He's a Cy Young. He won a Cy Young.
He's looking like vintage Chris Sale this year.
I called that. Never forget that. The second he got traded to the Braves, I'm like, congrats.
So if he's healthy, he's so dominant. And the question isn't if he's good or not. It's if he's healthy, he's gonna be dominant for him.
And he gets to play a bunch of teams in the NL East who all somehow struggle to hit lefties.
Yes.
Besides the Braves, who he's on.
I don't know about you guys, but I look forward to watching this Braves team keep going. Do you think that they can
I hate the Braves, but they were really good.
Sustain the success with the injuries that they're holding right now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Dude, if the pitching stays this good, yes. Elder's not going to pitch to a 0.770 ERA, but like the other guys are not real. They're pitching well. They're probably pitching a little above their head, but they're not pitching too much above their head. Where I'm looking at it as something that's completely not sustainable. And the lineup, like we all said, it hasn't really even gotten going. Their lineup, I think, has gotten going more than the Padres per se. But
they're missing
is also better.
Their shortstop, Kim. He got hurt to start the season. He's not playing right now, so they're only going to get him back.
Who is their shortstop right now then?
Some young guy that they brought in. I think
any little young guy they pull up ends up being great, and then they sign him for $1 million for 10 years.
They hold them hostage and make him sign.
They literally hold him hostage and make him sign.
Mateo.
Oh, Mateo? Jorge Mateo?
Yep.
Dubon's playing second.
Yeah, he's their shortstop right now.
Yeah, the Braves, they find these guys and they just end up being amazing for them, and it's so infuriating.
Ronald Acuna right now is hitting .247. He's only got 1 home run, 5 RBIs, 30 total bases, striking out a lot, 4 stolen bases. So he's gonna finally get clicking.
He will be 40-40 by the end of the year. If he stays healthy, I'll guarantee that.
I mean, most of the power right now on this team is coming from Olsen and Baldwin, with Albies, providing that switch hitting pop. Question for Dan and Mike. Is Chris Sale this team's X factor, being that staple in their rotation? Is he going to be the reason that this Braves team can sustain their success?
He can be. The guy still is, he's like, I think is he in his 40s? He's upper 30s.
No.
He's upper 30s though, or mid 30s at the very least. He's still pitching like an ace. So yeah, if you have ace level production from Chris Sale, then you have multiple aces. I would think.
I mean, yeah, we've seen it in what he did in Boston in his years there. I mean, when he was operating at his highest level, I mean, you knew every time he was taking the mound, you were essentially just having to score 2 to 3 runs to win the game. Like, if he could maintain that, yeah, I'd say that's definitely an X factor.
True. Very true. The Braves look very promising. They look like they might run away early with this division, but you never know with the teams that are in that division right now competing. Moving on to the third topic, a lot that was said today. The Yankees, chaos to contender, back and forth. This team is very confusing. They split a 4-game set with the Los Angeles Angels. Mike Trout looked like MVP Trout for those 4 games. High scoring back and forth. Trout put on a show with 5 home runs in 4 games at Yankee Stadium. After that, the Yankees went on to face the Kansas City Royals. They win a 4-2 and then a 13-4 blowout. They're going for the sweep today. Yesterday, Bellinger goes off with 2 home runs. Will Warren, 7 strong innings. Ben Rice, Ahmed Rosario showing off the power. They've now won 2 games against the Royals, going for the sweep. Their pitching has been the issue. Their bullpen has not been good at all. Their starters haven't been giving them too much to work with. But as you guys were, busting my you-know-what's about, are they a problem or do they have problems? I think nobody knows. I think this team's very confusing.
Wait, are they a problem or do they have problems? Those are 2 completely different things.
Exactly. That's what Kieran and Dan were asking.
That's what we're trying to figure out. That's what we're all.
That's what we're
all trying to find the guy who did this. We're all trying to find the guy who did this.
We don't know if they're good. We don't know if they're bad. One day they look really good. One day they look like they have no offense. I don't know.
I might be stealing Kieran's thunder here, but
yeah, go ahead, Mike. Go ahead.
Team. Like, they're going to make the playoffs, obviously. They do every single year. And then they're just not going to have enough firepower to win the World Series. Like, I think it's already written. Like, they'll probably be in the ALCS. They'll beat whatever, a subpar AL Central team to get there. And essentially they need to win one series to get to the ALCS, which they'll probably win. And then, like, my prediction was they'll probably lose to the Dodgers in the World Series. I think that still holds true.
Very true.
I don't know if they're very confusing. I think there's a couple players who are playing very confusing, like Jazz. Like, he is.
Yeah, it's tough.
Listen, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
He looks completely lost at the plate right now.
Completely lost. Like, he has no idea how to even spell the word.
The only
baseball.
reason he's not being a detriment is because when he does get on base, he's stealing bags. He's got 8 or 9 stolen bags already.
He's got 8.
50-50.
He's definitely going to. He will steal 50 bases this year. He's going to steal 50 bases, no doubt.
He's going to get the stolen bases, but he
absolutely 20 home runs though, man.
No
he
power.
Can't hit.
No power. A really big.
I think he needs to stop trying to hit home runs. But
yes, you can see it though in his swing. He's swinging for the fences sometimes. He doesn't even look like he's trying to make contact. When he does make contact, it's extremely weak. Jazz just needs to put the ball in play and just use his speed to his advantage and stop trying to go for home runs. It's
you got to keep that lineup moving because the lineup right now, and like this is kind of like this wasn't as much of an issue last year for them, I feel like, but I feel like it was kind of only a matter of time before the bottom of that lineup is just not good enough.
They've been better the last couple of days. They've been benching Ryan McMahon a lot more, playing Ahmed Rosario. He's been hitting. Jose Caballero this week hit 368, bunch of stolen bases, got on base a lot, did a lot of good things for us in that Angels series.
Those names you're saying though, like I just don't. They're
not sustainable. It's a lot of up and down.
Yeah.
Fine against the Royals. It's not going to be fine in October.
Right.
No, but Jose Caballero is a utility guy who provides a lot of value. Ahmed Rosario crushes lefties, which is what he's been doing.
He does, yes.
They play him against the lefties, and he's been doing really good. But a big piece of that lineup is Ben Rice. He's been playing against lefties the last couple of days. 2 home runs against the last 2 lefties he's faced. He's been absolutely mashing right now. And his stats, they show that he's one of the best first basemen in all of baseball right now, hitting-wise. The defense isn't that elite, but he's getting on base a ton. His OBP is over 1 dot. And he's just been a really big bright spot of this team. And I can't tell you guys enough, if we don't have Ben Rice, I don't know where this offense is. It's kind of scary because no one else has really been that consistent.
You do know where it is because your idiot manager benches him against lefties. Thank God he's finally playing for you guys now. But the fact that even was a conversation to begin with is absolutely absurd. That he wasn't playing against lefties. It's crazy.
I mean, today they put him at DH. They're giving Goldschmidt the start at first.
That's fine.
That's because Stanton can't play that many days in a row. But Rice needs to be in there every day for this team. It's not even a debate.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with you. And that was kind of what I was going to say when it comes to the Yankees, like what they are as a whole. I don't think they're really confusing at all. Like the bottom, I don't think that the bottom of the lineup is. I don't think it will be this much of a problem going forward, but I don't think it's going to be something that teams are going to be fearing going into the postseason.
No,
the pitching is good, but like I said this before, man, like you can't lose. Whether they were good for you last year or not, like they pitched a lot. They got a lot of outs for you guys and held down a lot of innings. When you lose not just 1, but 2 guys who are consistently pitching the 7th, 8th inning, your bullpen is going to get worse. It's going to get worse. And like your bullpen is a problem. It's not that good.
It's not that good, but I think it'll sort itself out just because we have so many guys coming back. So many guys coming back.
You'd like to hope so. I mean, but
Ryan
seen
Weathers
that
will be a
before.
bullpen piece. I think Luis Gil ends up in the bullpen. I think they call up a couple younger guys. They made a trade today for some young bullpen guy from the Houston Astros who's got a 1.13 ERA in the minors right now. He's a young guy. But you're right. David Bednar, and you guys seen this in Team USA, so feel free to jump in. David Bednar operates like he's a guy on fire. He loves to just try to put out his own fires. Then when he gets out of those jams, he looks pumped up. But it's like, brother, you walked those 2 first batters. You gave up those hits, and he just operates with people on base.
I don't know if he likes doing it.
I don't know.
He's
constantly doing it. I mean, Mike, Dan, you guys, Kieran, you saw him.
He likes it, Kieran.
He does.
Chapman's another guy who loves it. Chapman operates the same way.
Yeah, because he's sweating too much. That ball's flying everywhere.
Evan, are we concerned with Garrett Cole's rehab start, giving up 3 earned in 4 innings? And
you should never be concerned with.
No, I'm not concerned about Garrett Cole. I think he looked good in the spring against major leaguers. He went down to Double A. I'm not concerned. It's a long road back. He won't be back till July. Garrett Cole,
Those guys,
yeah, he's still working on getting his stamina
Yes,
back up. He's working on the execution of the breaking pitches. He went a long time without throwing breaking pitches. They wouldn't let him. It's just not a part of the rehab. So all of spring, I don't know if you guys watched, but he mainly threw fastballs. So I think now
I did not know that. No.
Yeah, he's starting to mix in his slider and the curve. He's going to get that stuff down pat. He's got till July.
He's not going down there.
No.
And this is true for any guy who ever makes a rehab start. You should unless it's like 2 innings, 8 earned. Like then it's like, all right, we got a little something to be worried about here. But like,
yeah, for sure,
these guys they are going down there to work on their stuff. If they throw a fastball 0-1 and it was a ball and they didn't like it, they're coming back and throwing that same pitch next time. They don't give a crap
because they need to get it down. Yeah, I mean it's a good question for Mike, but it's a great question for Mike actually because another guy who's doing the same thing that Cole will be doing is Carlos Rodon, and he scares me because he's not always been super consistent. He's been
he's an every other year pitcher.
That's my point. But coming off of an injury, do you want an every other year pitcher with, that lack of consistency? Yeah, I don't know. I'm afraid of that injury. I don't know what he'll look like when he comes back.
The good thing with him, though, is once you have like a full rotation, you can correct me if I'm wrong, with everyone healthy, the full rotation, not in any order, you would have Cole.
Yep.
Would Gil be in it or Heel? Would he be in it or no?
It would go Fried, Schlittler, Garrett Cole, Carlos Rodon, with Will Warren being the 5th, and then
Warren. That's what so all you need Rodon to be Rodon is just a kind of bottom of the rotation kind of guy.
Yeah,
and like
he'd be our 4th.
If he can go out there and give you and again, this isn't what you paid for him, and that's not what we're talking about here. But if he's going to be the team's number 4 starter, if he can go out there and give 5 innings, 6 innings, 3, 4 runs, give you a little bit of depth, keep you in the game a little bit,
for sure.
From a guy who you're paying Rodon money, not what you want, but from a number 4 starter standpoint, I think he could do that. But you brought up a good point. He is very inconsistent. Like he doesn't really go out and kind of give you 5 and 3. He'll go out and give you like 7 and 0, and then he'll come back and pitch 2 and give up 5 runs. So it's like,
Mike's question is very pressing.
I get your concern.
You asked the right question about the wrong guy. I'm more worried about Carlos Rodon going through rehab and coming back. Cole, he's got months to go. But now that you also said, based on the rehab question, your guy Volpe's down there getting his reps into Double A. He struck out 2 times his first game back, 3 pitches.
Volpe's in Double A?
Yeah.
He's in mid-season form, Bugle.
Yeah.
2 strikeouts, mid-season form.
Him and George Lombard are patrolling the left side of that infield right now, and we'll see. I mean, not many people are excited that he's coming back.
George Lombard's getting a call soon?
I think he's going to get promoted within a month or 2 to AAA.
You can say what you want about Anthony Volpe. Him coming back is going to make the Yankees better. It's going to make the Yankees better.
Caballero to the bench, 100% will.
Yeah, it's going to make him better.
You go Glover.
Oh, well, that's because Wander got caught. So Wander Franco should have won the Gold Glove that year. Just saying, that's neither here or there. But the Yankees go for the sweep today. I'm pretty sure Ryan Weathers is on the mound, so hold on to your seats because that could mean many different things. Looking forward to seeing what they can do. Staying in
Let's shout out.
Oh,
let's shout out Mike Trout for making history at Yankee Stadium. He's the first visiting player to homer in 4 straight days. Per Sarah Langs. Shout out Sarah Langs.
Yeah. Dude, they should have swept the this isn't
yes,
a hater
they should have.
Like,
we walked them off
absolutely
twice.
Should have swept you guys. I know they absolutely should have swept you guys.
Yes.
And both of those walk-offs they completely threw away. Completely.
Yeah. Because the Yankees own Jordan Romano for some reason. We just have
I saw that.
multiple walk-offs against Jordan Romano.
His numbers.
Whether he was a Blue Jay or whether he's an Angel, the Yankees just seem to keep walking him off. So every time he came on to close the game,
I thought it was fake.
I was like, hey,
couldn't believe it.
We got a chance. But sticking in the AL East, going to Danny and Mike's team. Red Sox kind of look stuck in the middle. They look mid. They struggled against the Minnesota Twins earlier, but they've shown some signs of life. They split games with the Detroit Tigers, winning 1-0, then losing 4-1. They've won 3 of their last 5 and are 6-4 in the last 10. Now, these numbers could change because we're a couple days behind. Trevor Story continues to look like a big offensive contributor. The big issue is their consistency. One game they look solid, one game they don't. One day they're collapsing, the other day they look okay. Mike, Dan, talk to me about your Red Sox because I don't watch a single inning of them, but let me know what you think.
Their offense is just garbage. Like, some numbers, they got a 660 OPS as a team. That's like 29th in the league. Very bad. Their team average is 231. And they've scored 68 runs all year, which is also bottom of the barrel in the league.
68?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's horrible.
It's horrendous. And the thing is, like, if Craig Breslow continues to keep his job after this year, going into the season where, like, someone who's watched baseball for like 5 years, you could have a 5-year-old who's watched the Red Sox the past 5 years, look at this lineup and be like, yeah, there's no power bats in that lineup. Like, what are we doing here? We're rolling into the season with this. Oh, also last in the league in home runs with 12 home runs as a team. Who saw that one coming? Definitely every Red Sox
Everybody.
Literally in the world. So, like, if this guy just keeps his job after this year, it's going to be so infuriating to sell the same shit to the fans every season, being like, no, we're going to do it this year. We're going to make big moves. And then just continue to roll out mediocre lineups every day. Dude, they have Andrew Monasterio hitting second today. Like, what is this? Yoshida's their best hitter, and he plays like every 3 games. There's so many issues with this team. Like, I don't know.
I don't know
And
why
I don't know
you guys
differently, but this team
I
is
saw-
from mid.
I saw a stat that could, I don't know if it's good or bad for you guys, but the Red Sox are like, it's the way the game starts determines how the game finishes.
Mm-hmm.
The Red Sox are 8-0 when their starters go at least 6 innings, and they are 0-12 when they do not go 6 innings.
Yep.
So, like, you already know, like, yesterday Bello went 4 innings. That'll do it, folks. We'll see you tomorrow. That's a loss. And it's like that you can only assume is because the lineup sucks. The lineup sucks.
And the bullpen.
Willier looks very good. He might be in for a career year. And like him and Contreras, why is the lineup not Roman, William, Willier? Why is that not a thing yet?
Dude, because you got to bat Andrew Monasterio second, of course. Like,
where is Willier hitting right? Is he hitting cleanup?
Willier's hitting 5th behind Trevor Story.
It's like not.
Like,
this is not the worst. The Story's driving a run, so I guess that's not the worst. But
Dude,
no,
but
just
I
keep
don't know.
Story at 4 and put like. It's not a good lineup, but like you have something that you can make some runs out of at the top of that lineup with those. You do. Those are 4 legit major leaguers that are going to put together major league at bats and driving around.
Dude, you need some pop there. Like, you need a power
Yeah, you do.
threat. None of them
Yeah,
are like
you're
a
not wrong.
real power. Like, Willier's getting there, but he's not a real power threat at this time.
Dan,
So,
what are your
like,
thoughts on the Sox, kid? Come on, I know you got shit to say.
I just think that they're very similar to the 2024 Red Sox. They win a game, they lose a game. They win a game, they lose a game. Sometimes they'll win. I don't think they've won 2 games in a row this year. I could be wrong on that, but they've lost, a few in a
They
row.
definitely have. They've also scored 79 runs, by the way, Mike, not 68.
ChatGPT lied to me. That's still bottom of the league, probably.
The Mets have 71, but yeah, you guys are right there.
It's really frustrating when the GM comes out and says, yeah, we're focusing on pitching and run prevention, and neither one of those things have been anything to write home about.
Nothing.
And then, like Mike said, 12 home runs, worst in the league. It's just really not great. This team is going to be playing a lot of 5-4, 3-2, 4-3 games. It's going to be frustrating all year. I don't anticipate them being anything more than a 500 baseball team.
They were what? They were 2-8, and now they're 8-12. So like they did exactly when they were as bad as they were. We're like, listen, they gotta at least like 6-4 in your next 10, and you can. So like at least it is something. But I totally agree and understand what you guys are saying. There's nothing on this team that's like, oh, like once that starts clicking, the team will go on a streak. Like there's nothing really there that it tells you guys, obviously, and I don't think it really tells me either, that they're going to be able to put together a bunch of wins. They'll definitely be able to crawl their way back to 500 by Memorial Day.
Yeah,
That's not what we're looking for.
I mean, right now, you guys are not wrong, right? Willie Abreu is leading your team with a 311 batting average. Contreras only has 3 home runs. He leads your team. So that goes right to with what Mike was saying. Lack of power. Trevor Story, Dan was on top of this. Thought he would repeat last year to this year. So far, it looks not terrible. He hasn't been
Evan, he's so bad defensively. Like, you haven't watched a game.
No.
He
Get him
might
to second
be
base.
the bottom 3 shortstop in the league defensively. He has negative range. He can barely throw the ball to first base. Like, they've been DHing him lately. Like, credit to them, I guess. But
Who's playing shortstop then?
Monasterio was getting reps there.
Holy.
Marcelo Meyer should really be the everyday shortstop. Like, that's what he got drafted as, like, top prospect. And then they roll him out there to face righties and play second base. I genuinely don't get it. Like, I really don't.
Well,
Where's
yeah,
what's his name?
I mean, Contreras
IKF
Where's he?
gets reps at third. Like,
No, not IKF. Where's Christian Campbell?
Miners.
dude, he's an outfielder now in AAA. He's a AAA
He just
outfielder.
sucks.
Yeah, he's been doing good.
He's an outfielder. What in the world are they doing?
Well,
Yeah,
Marcelo Mayer right now, Mike, is only hitting 176.
Well,
Well, you don't play every day. It's tough to get into a rhythm, though.
When you're playing every other day, when you're that young, like, you're not going to get into a rhythm. I mean, like, and that's the most frustrating part coming into this season. Like, they held off on trades for Marte because they didn't want to get part ways with Marcelo Meyer, allegedly. And if you're just going to use him as, like, this fill-in role, why were you protecting him in trade talks? Like, it makes no sense. So there's just so much ways this team's operated that doesn't make any sense to me. And to Kieran's point earlier, like, they're only going to win games if you get 6 out of your starters. Like, you've limited a bunch of different possibilities on how you can win baseball games. Like, if you're like, Bayo's out of the game in 4, I could have turned the game off yesterday. I could have told you they're going to lose. Like, the good teams in this league could win games any single way possible. They could pitch, they could hit, you could steal bases, whatever. It's like the Red Sox need to pitch and play perfect defense to win a baseball game.
Good teams pick each other up in all those other ways. When the team isn't, when the team's not hitting, the bullpen goes out there and is nails. When the team's lost 4 in a row, aces go out there and give ace performances to stop the bleeding. Like, stuff like that. Like, the Red Sox have that, at least. Like, they have a guy like Crochet who can come out and, God willing, he better come out and pitch well today. They should have a guy like that. I mean, we'll see. They should have a guy like that, but I mean, there's just nothing. Like, once Crochet gives that, now it's like, all right, now you got to go out and be good too, because we're probably going to score 3 or 4 runs.
Well, another big part of this team, I mean, kind of lacks, but for Mike and Dan, what do you do with Duran? I mean, this guy, you should have traded him when his value was high.
Traded for literally 2 seasons. I didn't like.
Yeah.
He peaked value like 2 years ago. And, like, that was not going to be a repetitive thing for him, like, just by watching him from when he first came up to then. And he's regressed every year since then. And the Red Sox asking price for him has probably just been out of this world because Craig Breslow doesn't know what he's doing. And they fielded offers. They didn't obviously accept any offers. And now they're stuck with an outfield logjam trying to plug guys into the lineup, which, to Karen's point, you can't get in a rhythm doing that when you're sitting every other day. And it's just that they're a mess. Like, they have no direction. There's
guys who can do that, but the Red Sox are trying to force guys into that role. And like the Mets have like Tyrone Taylor is a guy like that. Even like Ben Rice was good at it, but he was just too good of a hitter to be that type of guy.
You can't. Yeah, I mean, what would you guys want them to do? Would you want them to sit Duran and play Yoshida and left, or what?
Yes, he's not a great defender, but he's an average left fielder. Like, I haven't just the eye test, like, watching Yoshida play the outfield, I'm not like, wow, this guy sucks. Like, he makes the plays he should make.
Fenway.
They're paying him money too, man.
Yeah, I know. And he's literally, like, contact-wise, he's probably your best contact hitter on the team. He at least has the opportunity to drive guys in if there's guys on. And then I don't know what it is, man. This team's doomed this year. Like,
yeah,
that stuff goes
They're
back
not
to
doomed to be like
managerial
terrible.
decisions.
They're just doomed to be
it's just doomed to be mid, right? Like, I'm not excited because I know the outcome of the season already.
Right, yeah.
For sure. I mean,
that makes 2 of us.
There's some managerial decisions that I feel like Core is just afraid to make just because he doesn't want to upset that front office. Maybe, people say the Yankees' front office affects their lineups. Maybe the Red Sox affects them even more because Yoshida
100%.
needs to be in. And right now, looking at Durbin's stats, he shouldn't be playing. Kiner Falefa shouldn't be playing. These are easy fixes, but if you roll out too long, your record, it's hard to bounce back. And you guys might be right on the nail.
And, like, the opportunities they get, like, they just cannot take advantage of. Like, yesterday, runner on first and third, no outs. Contreras is up there. clearly a ball, doesn't even think about challenging the pitch, just walks away. And I think they walked away with 1 run in the inning maybe on a sac fly. But, like, that's an opportunity. You guys got first and third with no outs. Like, that should be a decent inning for you.
We might be the worst ABS team in the league.
They are. I think, yeah, they're just scared to use the ABS because they're so bad at it, which is not good.
For sure. I mean, on the pitching side of your team, I mean, that is a brighter spot for your roster. Sonny Gray, new acquisition, leads the team with 2 wins. Ranger Suarez leads your team in ERA with a 3.22. Crochet, strikeouts, 22. Chapman, saves. What are both of your thoughts on your 2 new pitchers, Sonny Gray and Ranger Suarez? Are you happy with what you've seen so far with them, at least?
I mean, I was happy to see Ranger picking it up. In his last start, he went 8. I think he had 4 strikeouts. Pretty much battled with Casey Mize, but ended up winning that game.
Like 8 innings, that should be a lock. If your starter's going 8 innings, that game should be a lock to win, right? Unless you're facing Paul Skeens or Tariq Skubal, which was not the case. You had Casey Mize on the mound for the Tigers, who's not bad, but he's not a young pitcher who's just going to shut your lineup down. Like, you get 8 innings, and you just wasted 8 innings, and you got lucky you went on a walk-off. Like,
yeah.
It's just, it is what it is.
I mean, out of the 2 of those new pitchers, which one are you guys more excited about for the rest of the season moving forward? Which one do you think has a better season?
Probably Ranger, in my opinion.
I think Sonny's going to light it up with the strikeouts. I think it's just a matter of time before he starts to feel himself. He's had 200 each year the last 2 years, so I think he'll be 180 plus easily this year. And as long as he stays healthy, I think he'll be the second most consistent guy. Ranger with his velo, and I don't know.
He's gonna grit his teeth for you though, man. Every single night, he's gonna buckle down, and when the going gets tough, like he does not get going. He gets to work when the going gets tough. The amount in literally one playoff game, I watched him escape hell. Like literally he pitched like 4 innings, 3 times he loaded the bases and didn't give up a run. It was unbelievable.
He's nails in October. That was a big reason why you guys probably went out and got him. Also because you guys missed out on Bregman. You needed to sign someone. But he is nails in October. And I think that their front office did figure that they would make it back to October based on last year. So far, the offense isn't what they thought it would be. So that could be a problem. But the Boston Red Sox, you never know. Last year, I don't know if you both remember, you guys were in a similar-ish position. You came to the Yankee Stadium, and you absolutely dominated us, and that got you back into the division race, which eventually got you back into the wild card race.
Evan, what they do right after that series, they traded Rafael Devers as soon as they had that series against the Yankees.
You're right. But last year, you were in a similar position, and by sweeping us, you got yourselves back into the talks of the division.
Buddy, we can't even win a game against the Twins. We're talking about sweeping the New York
Twins
Yankees.
are top of the AL right now. What do you want from them? They got pitching.
Pretty mid. Like, yeah, we're playing the Yankees. I think this week we'll win 1 game. It's probably a 3-game series. The Yankees will take 2. We'll get 1. Like,
we'll see.
Congrats.
You guys never know. I mean, both of you will let me know and let me hear it if you sweep us.
Yeah, baseball's a weird sport. You never know. And
you sweep us, you're right back into the division. A couple games back. That's how it goes.
Evan, you're right. Evan, you're right. But look at the roster, man. Like, they can sweep the Yankees, be like, great, there's 135 games left, and the team still kind of is what it is. Like, they're not going to win every game the rest of the year. You just have to get excited.
I'm looking at the lineup right now, Evan. There is maybe 2 guys on the Red Sox team who would play on the Yankees. That's Roman Anthony and Wilyer Abreu.
I'll take Wilyer.
Contreras plays.
You want to trade Wilyer?
You would take Contreras over Stanton DHing? I don't know about that.
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe.
Like, that's how much
Short
better
side platoon at first.
They have a better pitching staff. Like, we're not comparing them. We're just talking about the Red Sox in general. Like,
for sure,
they can't compete with most teams they play. Like, that's why, like Kieran said earlier, you need your pitcher to pitch a great start to have a chance to win these games.
For sure.
It is what it is.
I totally agree. I mean, moving on. We'll move on from the AL East. Red Sox play the Yankees this week where they could bounce back and get themselves back into the division. But sticking with that noise Mike just made, the New York Mets.
Oh, yeah.
Full collapse mode. They've now lost 10 straight games, dropping to 7-14. Longest losing streak in the last 20 years, according to ChatGPT. And they follow up, guys. They might get swept by the Chicago Cubs today if they lose. They're playing right now. I'm not sure.
They're up 1-0.
They're up 1-0. There you go. during this stretch, according to ChatGPT, I'm not sure if this is factually true. They've been outscored.
Some of it may seem way too bad to be true, but I promise you, they're probably not giving enough of how bad it's been. But please go ahead, Mr. Bugle.
According to the ChatGPT stats that it gave me, you guys have been outscored 60-18 in this losing stretch, which is not great. Kodai
that
Senga
might not include all 10 games, but yeah.
It might not because we're a couple days behind. Kodai Senga,
yes.
Freddie Peralta, not looking like the kind of aces that you need. Mark Vientos has been hitting okay, but he's very inconsistent. This isn't just a slump anymore where, you lose a few games. This is a ring the panic button because you're in a collapse. And the first one on that hot seat is Mendoza. Kieran, I know you've been waiting all episode. Dan, Mike, chime in, talk with Kieran as you wish, as he's going. But Kieran, what is going on over there in Queens? I told you Polanco couldn't play first.
Work me through this therapy session here. No, listen, I mean,
I don't know.
Before I get into this whole tirade, you're correct in the real sense of the world, Evan, or in the realist world, I should say, that Mendoza is the one on the hot seat. He should not be. He absolutely should not be. He is trotting out the guys that the dumb GM gave him. And there's really not much that he can do.
Well, I mean, that's something that you, Mike, Dan, and you guys have something in common. That's like that meme with the two bandanas held together. Like, hey,
but it's even more frustrating when we're actually trying. We just suck.
Yeah.
They can look at it we're not trying. So at least we have that we're to cope with. We're trying and we still can't even get it. We're worse than them. So let's go back to the beginning, okay? A lot of the credit that David Stearns gets is for building up this prospect pool that the Mets have and giving them the number one or what was the number one farm system before they traded Freddie Peralta in baseball. That didn't all really start with David Stearns, right? The Mets hired him in October of 2023 after they won 101 games in 2022, 75 the year after. Really, really, really bad. That old roster, if we all remember, right, it had Scherzer and Verlander, Mark Canha, Eduardo Escobar, so many old guys. They tried. Say again?
Did they have Steven Matz at that time?
No, they did not have Steven Matz was on the Cardinals. He's actually been off our team they tried to get him, but he that's another story for another day. And obviously, this was one of the rare thank you Mets. They tried to run it back with that 101-win team. They failed dramatically, and they sold at the deadline. So who'd they get? Well, they got Drew Gilbert. They got Ryan Clifford. They got Luis Angel Acuna. They got three pretty good prospects. They also got some guy, Jeremiah Jackson. Look up how he's doing in Baltimore.
He's raking.
David Stearns cut him for absolutely no reason. Raking. So that was one of the guys that Billy Epler got. Cut him for nothing. He took Acuna. Again, this is all part of the big farm system he built up. Traded it for Luis Robert. Looks fine to begin with. Drew Gilbert is on the Giants. He was in a package that got them Tyler Rogers, who they also don't have back. But anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself here. So Stearns takes over, right? Takes over the team in 2024. In 2024, and even last year in 2025, it was a lot of guys that were left for him. They were left for him. Outside of Senga, who I don't know how that's the guy who ends up making it through the purge, and Lindor, this is all his roster now. This is his roster, and the reason that Mendoza is on the hot seat is not because it's not because he's doing a bad job. I don't think he's doing a good job per se. It's because if they fire Mendoza, now Stearns is going to have to that's basically him because that was his hire is Mendoza. He could have got Craig Counsell, but he got Mendoza instead. Stearns would have to admit that he's wrong in doing that. Cohen would have to admit he was wrong in doing that by firing him, and they're not going to do that. So I don't want to say they're not going to do that. I don't know what they're going to do with the manager, man. I don't think it's going to make a difference though, regardless. But that was the first big mistake they made was you had a chance to hire Craig Counsell, and you didn't. Yeah. For I don't know what reason.
I mean, not to cut you off, but I've talked about this with a few other people. And Dan and Mike, feel free to chime in. Mendoza was the Yankees bench coach, right? And you guys always bust my chops because the Yankees play very sloppy baseball. Mendoza is a part of that philosophy where they don't get on your ass when you make a mistake. Now you go over there, you make him the head coach. Guess what? The Mets are tossing the ball all around the field, and nothing changes because for some reason he came from a Yankees regime where they don't discipline their players in the way that you want them to. They don't do it in front of the fans, so you never know if he's actually mad. They do it behind closed doors to protect their feelings. And sometimes that way of managing, maybe with this certain Mets team, just doesn't work. It won't work. Francisco Lindor,
it's obviously not working, yeah.
And like I said, Mike, Dan, cut me off, chime in, but this is my thought, right? You have Francisco Lindor who wants to be named the captain. And Kieran, I don't mean to cut you off. He's hitting 214.
Listen, I'll get back. Don't worry.
He is hitting 214. All right? And he's been making a crap ton of errors dating back to last year. So when the rumors on the street are him and your new superstar Juan Soto don't get along, and your team is spiraling since last year, maybe, hot take, maybe the Mets should go and trade Francisco Lindor and press reset there. Maybe there's a problem there.
Yeah, that's a crazy take.
Maybe they should.
It's an absolutely crazy take. If and I'm going to try to say this as nicely as I can. It's not going to come off nice though. If you think that getting rid of another really good player from this core is going to make the Mets better, you need to be psychologically evaluated. That's insane. That's absolutely insane to say that the Mets should trade Francisco Lindor. And I'll tell you exactly why it's insane, Evan, okay? Here's why it's insane. Lindor was getting all this criticism. Like the last week, it's been dying down because he's been playing better. But like a week ago, he was getting a ridiculously deserved amount of criticism. He was playing bad baseball. Bad baseball. Mets flew out to LA. I think that was this week. I don't know what part of that was there. I think it was this week. Yeah, I was up during it. They went to LA this week. They lost a game to the Dodgers 2-1. They lost 2-1. Lindor hit a leadoff home run, got another hit in that game, had nothing, blundered. They lost 2-1.
I mean, yeah, I don't know.
Even when he can do everything right, the guys around him are terrible because from a very, very simple perspective, the Mets had a bunch of really good hitters last year. Really good hitters in their lineup. Or guys who at least were really good hitters and like just weren't playing the best for the Mets. That's McNeil. But they had like Brandon Nimmo. They had Pete Alonso. They had Jeff McNeil. The three guys that they brought in, Luis Robert, Jorge Polanco, and Marcus Semien, are all significantly worse. So in what world would you expect to get better? Here was the, and I'm sorry, I want to get back on what my actual rant was, because this whole thing didn't start off with Stearns being bad. In the 2024 offseason, they went with like that small market approach, and it worked. Severino and Minaya, like they ended up being great low risk, high reward guys. You had guys like Bader and JD Martinez who were just solid depth guys. You got Terens in a trade in the midseason. You make the run to the NLCS. It looks like you're a contender. It looks like the Mets have their GM. It looks like they have a manager. It looks like they have a core group of guys. They're off and running and ready to go. Tries to do the same thing in next offseason, right? Frankie Montas, Clay Holmes, great signing. There's nothing else to say about that. Clay Holmes is awesome. The Soto move, that's all Steve Cohen. I don't want to hear anything about that being David Stearns. That is not a David Stearns signing with the small market that he likes to be. And then you got Minaya, Winker, and Ryan Stanek who came back. They all got hurt or were terrible, so whatever. There's a couple guys he got in that offseason last year. This is a long throwback. Remember Griffin Canning? He was a dog for the Mets. He got hurt, though. That sucked. And they do have A.J. Minter still, who's going to come back for the bullpen this year. But these are all very, very, very not right. And the big issue, though, was the long-term, or the refusal, I should say, to commit to that elite power bat, the franchise leader in home runs. 1-year deal, sure. Mets come out again. Continue 2024. They're awesome to start the year. 45 and 24, man. They were great. Starters weren't going deep enough, though, and none of this was sustainable. So what they do? David Stearns, boy genius, goes to the trade deadline. Ryan Helsley, terrible. Gregory Soto, underwhelming. Taylor Rogers, everyone they got. Fine, I guess. Not worth the return. Okay, so now here's the issue with all those trades. Now you have a logjam in the bullpen. Here's where it's like, hey, David Stearns, what are we doing? Like it seems like we're doubling down on bad mistakes that we're making. It came down to 2 guys last year when the Mets got all these bullpen guys they had to release: Rico Garcia or Ryan Stanek. They decide to keep Stanek, who was terrible, and Rico Garcia is on the Orioles now. Look up his stats. Nails.
Yeah.
Absolute nails.
He's
They
been
also
good.
traded for Cedric Mullins. That was terrible. Who was a guy they could have got instead? Oh, Ramon Laureano. What's he doing on the Padres?
He's been great for the Padres.
That's right, silly me.
He's been
Raking. He's raking.
I mean,
Okay.
from the outside looking in for Dan and Mike, because you don't.
I'm halfway done, by the way.
This isn't your team.
This guy sucks. He's unbelievably bad at his job. He's unbelievably terrible and needs to be. David Stearns, the GM needs to be held accountable.
Jeez, brother.
Putting this on Francisco Lindor
I think he
is
sucks.
absurd.
I think he sucks.
Lindor or
I think
the
he
GM?
sucks. Both. I'm sorry.
You
Francisco
think
Lindor
Francisco
for the better half
Lindor
of the last
sucks?
year and a half has sucked. That is just the truth. If the Boston Red Sox have the
Evan.
balls to trade Mookie Betts and Rafael Devers, David Stearns needs to have the guts to trade Francisco
not act
Lindor.
like that was a good move, Evan. Let's
Evan.
not act like that was a good move.
If he has the guts to trade those players, and if
Francisco
Francisco Lindor
That's
is
incompetent.
causing problems for the Mets, you need to be able to cut bait.
What makes you think because the
You need
team is
to.
losing? Evan.
I'm not saying he's going to do it, but I'm saying you need to look yourself in the mirror. There's a bigger problem with this team.
By you.
There's a bigger problem with this team. And you know it. There's a problem in that clubhouse. There is.
No, I don't think there's a
There
problem.
has to be, because
Yankees should
last year
trade
you
Judge
said they
to the
win
Red
the World
Sox
Series.
for Caleb Durbin,
Yeah.
Trevor Story, and
Evan, no, you could, because now you're just
Monasterio.
making stuff up, trying to fit your narrative. You saying Francisco Lindor has been bad for the better part of a year and a half is the most wrong thing you've ever said.
Am I?
He gets off to slow starts in April. Yes, Evan, you are. He gets off to slow starts in April. It's like clockwork every single year. And then he ends up with an 800-plus OPS as a 6 WAR player. I cannot for the life of me fathom how you are saying, Evan, his career numbers in every facet are better than the guy Yankee fans glorify. So, like, what are we even looking at here? Like seriously, dude, what are we
Every
doing?
single rumor that came out of that clubhouse last year said that he was a
Dude,
problem.
they're rumors. They're rumors. Are you Diana Rossini? Like, this is
Dude.
getting ridiculous, Evan. Like, this is crazy what you're saying.
Rossini.
Absolutely crazy.
On the side.
I don't know. I think I just.
Buddy, I would chop
He had, he had basically a 7 and 6 WAR the last 2 years. Hit 30 home runs, stole 30 bases.
I'm just saying.
He's not going to play a perfect shortstop.
I think Evan's perspective is the vibes. I think he's saying a lot of the
You're
vibes are coming from
misinterpreting
Lindor.
what I'm saying.
He fully said he stinks.
It's a trickle down effect. If they're arguing in the clubhouse, it shows on the field. And right now, you guys have lost 10 games, dude.
Who is arguing right now besides me and you? Where is the proof that the Mets are arguing in the clubhouse? Who has reported
Dude.
that? Where is that coming from?
It's everywhere. It's everywhere.
Who? I need you to give me one person.
God, dude.
I talked about,
they ask
what was it? Was it
Mendoza
Buster
about
Olney?
it every single day.
Buster.
Every day they ask him about it.
LGBTQ Mets are not happy.
They
with
ask him about what? A
They
guy
ask
who's
about
in the
vibes in your
lineup and a guy
clubhouse
who's
because there's
rehabbing?
problems, dude.
Evan, they're saying that the problems are between Lindor and Soto. The Mets are not at Citi Field. Soto's not in the dugout. He's rehabbing.
Okay.
What are we? What?
I'm trying to listen. Half of this is trying to cause a narrative where it's just not all gloom and
The
doom
narrative,
on the front
Evan.
office.
The narrative.
I'm trying to
it's
keep
on the front
conversation-
office. The narrative. It's not a narrative. It's a matter of fact, man. It's on the front office.
But this is the
Trading
same front
Brandon
office
Nimmo.
your fans said was the best in baseball. So pick a side.
No.
You said last year they're the best, and
Correct,
Dan and Mike
because-
know it.
Evan, were you listening to how I started this whole thing? It started off great with this like small market type of thing where like we have these guys who we're going to pay with Lindor and Soto, and you would hope Alonso Nimmo, but that's not what happened. And now we're going to find these other guys on the cheap. Like, that's going to work out well. It worked. How was I supposed to react to 2024? Was I supposed to say that the guy sucks?
Yes.
Because now, like the team completely overachieved in 2024, and a lot of it was because of the guys that he got. But I also said that a lot of that came with the help of the old GM, who every other Met fan despised. I don't really like him much either. But I mean, dude, you can't blame. How is it Francisco Lindor's fault that we traded Brandon Nimmo for Marcus Semien? He makes more money and he's a worse player. You can't blame Francisco Lindor for losing Edwin Diaz over $1 million to the Dodgers. You can't. $1 million.
Okay, so
they got bit by $1
sticking
million.
on the front office, do you want to go over Stearns or Steve Cohen's quotes? I have them up for you. I could read them for you, then you can react, or vice versa.
Go ahead. Yeah, read the most recent one.
Do you 4:15 the most recent one? Okay, so during this losing streak, Steve Cohen goes on Twitter. Nobody likes to lose, but I saw some green shoots tonight. On offense, Lindor had 2 hits, including a home run. Bichette got a double hitting it to left field as opposed to recently being right field prone. Benj got a solid hit. Soto started his running progression today. Semien hit a shot that might have been a home run in a warmer night. Finally, Nolan McLean pitched an outstanding game going 7 innings. Hang in there, fans. We will turn this around. I don't know your guys' thoughts on what do you think?
My only thought before Kieran goes is I know Kieran's going to be pissed about that quote, but that's an invested owner. That's something I cannot relate to. So
True.
That's my only takeaway from
It's a good way to look at it.
The owner is very, very fraudulently invested. And the recent moves made by the team and what they are building around that stadium is proving that.
Casino
without
money.
a doubt.
Okay.
The casino money, the casino is going to make the guy way more money than the Mets. The Mets are bad. It's only a matter of time before he just stops caring.
True.
But
It's only a matter of time.
he invests the casino profits into the Mets because he's a Mets
No,
fan.
that is not. The casino profits will go. I mean, I guess it all comes out of his pocket regardless. The casino money will go to him, though. Everything comes out of his pockets. But what, you want the Mets to spend more money?
Yes.
They're already this terrible,
Dan
spending
goes, yes.
$350 million. But no, he is just so like out of touch. He's completely out of touch.
There's another
And,
tweet.
like,
Do you want me
he's
to read
coming.
it?
So yeah, read that
Little
other tweet,
Jared
and
Jones
that
vibes to me.
This
Little
one
Jared
is-
that ties in though. That ties in though to what I was saying about like that tweet came from when it wasn't his guys. So go read it out.
So you sent this to me. I don't really know the context. You can tell us after as we approach the 1 hour mark.
Yeah.
Steve Cohen in 2021 tweeted, "It's hard to understand how professional hitters can be this unproductive. The best teams have a more disciplined approach. The slugging and OPS numbers don't lie." Now, buddy, I don't know. You fill me in. I don't know what this is from.
This was after in 2021. I think the Mets were. It was a weird year in the NL East. Like the Braves were. Did the Braves win the World Series that year?
I think they
21.
did.
21 Braves.
Yeah. Yeah. So it was a weird year. Like the Braves, they got off to such a bad start. The Mets had a lead on them all year, blew it. Skies blue, right? And the reason was like the lineup of guys the Mets had were just not putting together good at bats, and it wasn't a 2025 like season, but it was kind of a slow, painful death that they really just fizzled out at the end of 2021. But that's what I'm saying about like that is the like you want to talk about the issue, Evan? Like that is the issue. The issue is straight up accountability. The owner is willing to tweet like that with the guys that were left for him, the Alonsos, the Nimmos, the McNeils, the guys that like, oh well, this isn't my version of the team yet, so I'll call them out. This version of the team is all him and David Stearns. It's
sure.
all him and David Stearns. And that's where the problem lies. Not with the all-world shortstop whose number is going to be retired in Citi Field. That is definitely not where the problem starts. The problem starts with the GM who had a team. Here's the point blank. This was it. The team last year floundered because the pitching did not go deep enough and the bullpen just wasn't good enough. That type of combination is not going to yield positive results.
True.
The Mets lineup was good last year. They hit for power, they hit for average, they contrary to popular belief, they hit with runners in scoring position. Yeah. It was a good lineup last year. So what they needed to do was, I don't want to say slap a Band-Aid, but they just needed to make some minor tweaks to the core five of that lineup. Soto, Lindor, Alonso, and Nimmo. They had to add something to those four. I think if they just added like Bichette, or even like one of Bichette or the Luis Robert trade, would have been perfect. Like that 1 through 5, having a 1 through 5, Lindor, Soto, Alonso, Nimmo, Luis Robert Nimmo, like whatever you want. That sounds a lot better than what they're trotting out there right now, which I must add, they're trotting out there, Evan, $380 million payroll. The GM. I'm supposed to blame Lindor for the fact that Jorge Polanco, Brett Beatty, Francisco Alvarez.
Sometimes I have to go WFAN.
3, 4, and 5 on a night in, night out basis. I'm supposed to blame Lindor for that? No.
Sometimes I have to get you going. It's all I gotta do. It's my job.
Oh, mission accomplished, Evan. You do not talk about Francisco Lindor.
On the contrary, I do think
he
it's
sucks,
good.
Kieran. He sucks.
He sucks.
All right, trade his ass. There you go. I do think having Mike and Dan here is good, contrary to opinion, because they do come from a team where their owner won't even speak to the media about the decisions he makes.
Dude,
so
it's been like 13 years or something.
It's been a while.
Ridiculous.
As we do reach that 1 hour mark, though, I will conclude. The Mets
not Sam.
Struggling. The Red Sox look mid. I mean, an honorary mention to Jordan Walker. It looks like he's figuring it out in St. Louis. He's crushing homers right now. He's absolutely on a heater. But that will conclude this episode of Diamond Dysfunction. If you're enjoying the content, make sure to follow, subscribe, and stay locked in with us as we follow some of our favorite teams. Let us know what you think about the Red Sox, the Mets, Yankees, even the Padres or Braves. As you see, Mike is wearing the Celtics jacket as the Celtics win their first playoff game today. There you go. Boston, at least you got that, Mike and Dan, right?
Yeah.
I had to get Kieran a little stirred up just to get him going a little bit. Sometimes WFAN mode. Just get the guy yelling. See what happens sometimes. That's where the good clips are. But make sure to follow, like, subscribe. Stay tuned with us every week as we follow the MLB and all of its highlights and teams. We'll catch you next episode. I am Evan, accompanied by Dan, Mike, and Kieran. We'll check you next episode. Peace.